Now it's the final day for people to have their say on plans to charge drivers of older, more polluting vehicles using Birmingham city centre. The City Council ends its consultation process tonight.
Daily charges around £10 for cars and vans and up to £100 for lorries are being proposed. Health campaigners say it'll be a good thing, but opponents say it could bankrupt some businesses. Keith Wilkinson reports.
Health experts say traffic pollution in Birmingham is causing cancer and heart disease. Parts of Birmingham have pollution levels at times way above those allowed by the EU. The City Council has plans to bring in charges to deter the worst polluters like older diesel and petrol vehicles. Many businesses are worried it'll have a disastrous effect on them, their staff and deliveries. Jaskaran Singh Rai, boss of the Clever Socks company, says unlike cities like London, Birmingham doesn't have a good alternative transport system. So he says it's ill thought out and happening too fast.
It will have a huge impact, and I've spoken to some people on our street, and I reckon just on this road you'd be talking over £250,000 in extra charges, because we've got cash and carries that have regular deliveries every day.
He says he'll probably have to move out of the city centre if the plans go through.
I think we would be forced to. We'd have no choice because we have to keep our staff happy and we cannot afford the extra charges that this would entail.
Charges would apply to roads within the A4540 ring road. Suggested charges range from £6 to £12.50 a day for older private cars and taxis, with different guidelines for petrol and diesel. It goes up between £50 and £100 a day for HTVs, buses and coaches registered before 2016. The Conservative leader of the council backs plans to improve air quality, but not like this.
The council is wrong to be penalising people, particularly those people who bought diesel cars in good faith from the Labour government's incentive scheme. It was those who'd studied it, knew it was wrong to be buying diesel cars, but they were encouraged by the government to do that, and now they're being punished by the Labour Council. We've got serious concerns that this is going to hurt the least well-off in society the most.
Ultimately, we've got, in certain areas in particular close to the city centre, very high levels of air pollution, which ultimately contribute to the premature deaths of 900 individuals per year in our city. In order to reverse health inequalities in our city, in order for our children and their children and for all our communities to grow up in our city in a healthier way, in a longer way, breathing and having the fundamental right of breathing clean air, we need to tackle these high levels of air pollution, and we need to do it as soon as possible.
The proposal from the City Council is to charge older vehicles coming into the city centre area. This should encourage the use of newer vehicles which are rather cleaner. That will help, and it will reduce the number of vehicles hopefully overall, and that will certainly have a beneficial effect.
The British Heart Foundation says the plans don't go far enough.
Yeah, we fully support the Birmingham City Council in their consultation and in their plans, but we feel they may need to go further. The current plans are designed to bring Birmingham up to EU levels, but the WHO recommends much more stringent levels, and in fact say there's no safe levels of air pollution at all. And so we feel this is a bold step, we support it, but ultimately they may need to go further.
There are concerns that many drivers will simply avoid Birmingham city centre, which could badly hit the economy. It could also push the problem elsewhere, like into the surrounding districts.
Well, Keith is live for us in Birmingham this evening. Keith, a variety of views in your report there. Still time for people to have their say on these plans. How do they do that?
Well, yeah, a lot of people have already had their say. Birmingham City Council says the response has been unprecedented. Now, you can find out about the information and about that consultation through our website, the ITV News Central website. There's only until midnight left, not much time. Now, opinion is very much divided. Most people want to have good health, obviously. Most people want to save the planet, but at what cost to the pocket? If you're the proverbial white van man, you're not making very much money, and then suddenly you've got to pay all this out with an old vehicle, you're going to be in trouble. We spoke to a few people a little earlier.
I don't think it's a good thing for people for paying everyday money, because everything has gone up and life is being tough for people.
They need more public transport. and maybe if they reduce the cost, people will use that rather than driving.
I can see how it's going to affect people that's not got much money, because if you can only afford that to start with, you're already at a loss, aren't you?
I think that we are really damaging our environment because of all the cars and technology and stuff we've got now.
It is the right thing to do. I think it's long awaited.
I think it has to be done. It's certainly sorted out in London, didn't it?
People end up driving as freely as they want to, so I don't really think it's a good idea.
Well, the problem is that vehicle fumes are killing people, but look at the alternatives, say the trains. I often hear people saying they're absolutely packed, they're very expensive. This row is going to go on for a little while yet, especially when it first comes in, if they do introduce it, of course.
Keith, we will keep a close eye on it, but for now, thank you very much indeed.
Researchers at the University